Hello, everyone. Master Miracle here with Miracle Quantum Healing and Coaching, and I just wanted to join you today on Intuitive Flow Friday and give you an energy reading, an energy update, kind of like give you a little bit of information, give you some downloads of the things that I've been uploading. Download the uploads, I guess, better said that way. Um, so maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I posted the other day about Light Warrior Wednesday, talking about anxiety, right? And something that I've really been sitting with since uploading that video, because as we're all evolving and we're all growing, like I too am downloading more information about the very things that I'm exploring, if you will. So with anxiety, I've kind of seen that it's it's kind of an integral part of this reptilian brain that is kind of being reprogrammed. I've been coming into some information about the golden eagle grid system, and the blue ray or the blue flame. So and the avian seraphim. So maybe these are some energies that you may be picking up on. Also, Archangel Michael has been coming through very, 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 very strongly. Maybe this is some energy that you also have been picking up on, right? Um, what I've found with these energies, they are really trying to show you and open you up to the angelic realms, to open you up to the spiritual realms, to kind of show you and guide you through the darkness with the light inside, because truly the journey is inward and the light is always going to be inside. um let's see, major shifts are upon us right now. There's a lot of energy that I can feel and I can see, kind of sitting people down a minute and making them look at things more intricately, if you will, right? So this I've been seeing within my own reality, and I know is across the collective. I've been seeing it, just kind of popping up, is looking at and understanding and understanding, overstanding, as Ralph Smart would say, right? Um, Understanding these aspects of our relationships that we may not be aware of. I am not sure if I said it here or if it was in a podcast that I did, um, through Patreon, with Anti Ascension Academy. But I was talking about like subliminal messages or subliminal frequencies that we send out, that our personality or our ego or the I, the linear version of ourselves, sends out, that we may not be aware of. Now, this is part of the reason why shadow work is so important, right? Is because when we're navigating these transformational energies and we have these portals open, right, and we have all of this energy right in front of us, and sometimes it can be overwhelming because it's shedding light on a lot of aspects of our lives that maybe we don't want to look at, or maybe we aren't ready to kind of like change that behavior, because that would mean we have to take more responsibility for the things that we're doing or for the actions that we are committing, right? So with this, like, I've kind of seen like there's probably a lot of chaos going on in a lot of people's lives, a lot of like upheaval, and if it's not happening right now, right, um, it kind of seems like this shift that's going to be happening over the next couple months, really the next 3 or 4 months. And it's something I kind of dealt with last year, and kind of coming into this year, kind of like digging deep inside and looking at the individual's behavior in a situation. So something that was reflected to me earlier, when I was really kind of like sitting with the message that needed to be brought forward in this video, I was shown there are a lot of, even if you, like you watching this video, have dealt with a situation and you understand why things happen the way they did. You can transcend the linear understanding, right? Maybe somebody in that situation doesn't grasp the whole concept of the situation, meaning there's still an aspect of them distorted in that situation or within that frequency. And it's kind of distorting them from understanding love on a grander scale, or understanding the law of one. That is a karmic tie, or a soul tether, or a connection to the 3D reality in a 4D, 5D, 60, 7D understanding, or understanding, or living, right? So if maybe 5-10 years ago, right, that this is something that's been arising for me, right, 5 or 10 years ago, maybe something 5 or 10 years ago happened, and you've been doing all of this work. You've been putting in, you've been meditating, you've been journaling, you've been digging it up. Maybe even it's further than 5 or 10 years ago. I know a lot of people are dealing with a lot of inner child stuff right now, and that's a tough cookie to crack, because that's an inner journey that I found that you really have to dive in for yourself. You have to walk, not even walk, you have to understand that it all was just an illusion. But anyways, I digress. Um, these situations that have happened, if you're living right now, if you're watching this video, right, you are part of the grid system that is rooting in Mother Gaia, that is rooting in the 5D, or Tara, and you can go even further than that, rooting in Christ consciousness, unity consciousness, right? There, I can almost guarantee there is somebody that you've crossed at some point in time that has some sort of ill feeling or ill will towards you. And you may have nothing but love for them. And I say this from experience. Like, there are just people out there that no matter how you approach the situation, or what you do, or how you interact with them, they're always going to kind of hold that negative ideology. And that is where you forgive and walk away and let go, right? So this energy is really all about reflecting on those relationships where maybe you feel like you may have done something wrong. Maybe that's something that you have to sit with. We all have been toxic at some point in time. Purpose of life is to evolve and to grow, and to grow the depths of our love for not only ourselves, but the reflection of ourselves and everyone. So yeah, what else? So family. Family's a big one. Blood family primarily. I've been reading a lot about Christianity, right? And not necessarily reading a lot about Christianity, but more so the things that haven't been talked about with Jesus and his life, and kind of what he actually studied, and kind of diving a little bit deeper into those things. Something I've come across is he has a portion of his lifetime that's missing, 13 to 29, 30 years old, right? There's a little window. Um, and there are a lot of different things that kind of arise in this time. But something that really caught my eye was he was studying under Buddha. And not necessarily just Buddha, he was traveling in the Middle East, studying a bunch of different religious, not even religious, but just studying a bunch of different Eastern philosophies on the law of one, on the understanding of unity consciousness of oneness. So this energy, as I talk about now, kind of correlates to that golden eagle grid, and to that blue ray flame that I was talking about earlier within the energy complex right now. It's time to see the divine in ourselves. And in order to see the divine in ourselves, we first have to be able to not judge ourselves. Um, and by not judge ourselves, I mean be able to look at a situation and be like, okay, yeah, in that situation, I may have done something that doesn't necessarily align with me. Um, but here I am right now in this moment. And in this moment, that's not something I would do. And that's not where I'm at. It's all about not living from the past, and knowing that you can change. There's this saying that they used. I heard a lot when I was growing up. Cheaters never change. Cheaters always cheat, right? And that's something that really kind of got me going is like, well, that's pretty limited, right? Because that means that you're like that person can only be that and can never be anything else but that. And as someone who's made, some faulty decisions in my past that like I would not make now, being one of those stepping out on a relationship in that manner because I wasn't fulfilled, like that was a learned behavior that I thought that was okay, but really in reality is not okay. And so if you hold the idea that cheaters always cheat, or that that you limit your thought process or you limit your thought pattern in that way, you limit your evolution. You limit the possibility of the trueness that you can be. And this energy is just giving way to so many areas of exploration, of growth, of expansion, and it's not comfortable. You really have to step out of your comfort zone to move into these energies and to be able to step into it. You have to be able to look at the thoughts that don't make sense. Maybe you're feeling something, an emotion arises, and you're like, I don't understand why I'm feeling this way. So you sit with that emotion and you're like, okay, I can see why maybe I may have felt that way. But looking at that situation and being like, okay, I honor that emotion. I honor that emotion. I bring it into my reality, so I honor it, I give it space. You are allowed to feel. Feeling is okay. And I think oftentimes, and I know I talked about this in other videos, but like oftentimes our society doesn't want to talk about emotions, especially when you start diving into fear and anxiety and depression and guilt and shame, and you start kind of dabbling into those darker energies and resentment even, right? You start dabbling into those energies and you don't want to talk about them. You don't want to talk about why you feel that way. And maybe you don't need to talk about why you feel that way. Maybe you just need to sit with the understanding of the situation, right? Write about it. Write about it and throw it away or something. I found that even anger, right? A lot of these emotions I know are coming up for people. I know they're coming up for me. It's like, I'm not actually an angry person, so why is this coming up? And I'm like, the Matrix trying to get me. And that's something like, especially with it being 2020, understanding that not understanding that this energy that is around us right now is ascension energy. So the way that I've been shown is get it or it's gonna get you. And that's really this energy for the whole year. Get it or it's gonna get you. And that's a lesson that I've learned from the soul. Like, either address it, whether it be you addressing it in the physical reality, some people have to address it in the physical reality, or it's you addressing it within yourself. Sometimes addressing it just within yourself is enough. You don't need to take it to the outside. But there are some occasions where there's behavioral actions that need to change in order for your reality to evolve, or in order for your reality to rearrange itself. Sometimes you have to be that change. The universe won't do the change for you. They've got everything else in place. You just got to heed the call. And so a lot of this energy is just about heeding that call and just knowing that as long as you're following your intuition and you're listening to your higher self, you're going to be in the right place at the right time at all times. Because time's an illusion, and right now is the only thing that presently is even currently real. Um, so yeah, I think. Well, Do I think? I mean, I could probably read some more, get some more information out there. What else do you got for me today? um, let's see. Ooh, attitude of gratitude will go a long way in this time. Maybe you're feeling really stressed. You are feeling really anxious. You do have a lot of fear that's being elicited. understanding that these emotions are lessons in and of themselves, and that they are here to help you ascend. And being grateful that you are able to sit with these emotions and you are able to learn the lessons that they have to offer you, and know that they are a very part of the fabric of reality in which we are living right now. And in order to move forward, we as a collective have to face these things. And so there's going to be a lot of different situations arising for many different people, um, that are going to, they're going to cause chaos. But in reality, that chaos is just harmony, playing itself out. There's many different things that can happen, to change that. So, to change that, yeah. Someone needed to hear that. See what else I got. So there are a lot of people that are struggling with their mind, which kind of that correlates to a lot of the things that I was talking about earlier with like fear, anxiety, depression. See, how do I put this? Right now, because the veil is so thin, and it is becoming thinner and thinner. The energy is ramping up. It's becoming more intense. There are more grid workers. There are more light workers. There are more way showers, star seeds. All of these energies are starting to come online. Because of this, the, the layers of reality in which we are living are shifting rapidly. Um, Time is neither moving forward nor backward. It is almost at a standstill, if well, that's kind of how I'm seeing it right now. It's like you can weave in and out, because it's almost look like it's like reversing polarities. Really, is what it looks like it's doing. So if this resonates with you, like, drop some comments below. Like, I definitely want to hear, if any of this has been coming through for you. I've also been learning a lot about, the ley lines and the magnetic poles. And it's more, I'm seeing more maps, than I am anything. So maybe you're also seeing some of these, and I think this is, kind of coming through just to kind of give you guys a little bit of peace inside. Maybe you're downloading a lot of different information and you're like, what is going on? It's okay. The energy gives you this information, and then you digest it. Download, digest. And the download and the digestion part gets shorter and shorter until you're downloading and digesting instantaneously. I think that's a lot of what ascension is just kind of really like shifting through these, emotional states of being that no longer align with our harmonious state. Right. Some information I've come into is the amygdala. The amygdala is a part of the brain that sits in the center between the left and the right hemisphere, and this part of the brain is, responsible for the fear response, that's elicited within us and our external world. So just think about that in itself, right? Think about what's going on. Just take a look. You don't even have to look. Just be like, energy, show me. And like, it will show you what is going on, because the message is pertinent. It is very important. And these energies, like, they want us to wake up, because we are all meant to live eternally. So for any of us to kind of be fighting or resisting unity at this point is causing disharmony within the whole. But in that same breath, without that, there would be no balance. So, looking at it from all angles, 360, right? We are in harmony, as we always have been. Just taking a deep breath and remembering every enfold leads to an unfold. So that's all I have for you guys today. Drop a comment below. Let me know if any of this resonates. Let me know. Let me know about Light Warrior Wednesday. What you want to know? What anything that comes through, any information, any emotions that you want like a perspective on. I'm gonna keep pumping them out anyways. But I can rearrange how I produce that information, right? Also, Monday meditations. If you have any information on Monday meditations, anything you want a healing for, let me know. I'll get that healing in there. Also, I do donation based healing, and just to give you an idea what I mean by donation based healing, um, healing is something that should be accessible to everyone. And I have been feeling, I have been seeing coming forward that we're going to be coming into a time where a lot of people are going to be needing services for mind, body, and spirit. And not everyone's going to be able to pay a fortune to get that out there, right? So I want to give those services to people who may not be able to give a whole lot, even though like the service that I'm giving is still going to be of quality to someone who could give more than another. um, Everyone deserves equality, no matter the monetary gain on this end. That's something that just really resonates with me. So there's that for you. I am expanding all of my stuff. I'm delving in tarot now. So like, there's a lot of things coming. Thank you for joining me on the Intuitive Flow Friday. I kind of lost my train of thought there when I looked at the clock. It said 21:21. So I was like, ooh, download. All right. Infinite love, infinite light, infinite movement. Namaste.